Right now, as you're watching this, the Earth is spinning at an astonishing speed of 1,670 kilometers per hour, 1,037 miles per hour at the equator. You don't feel it because everything, our atmosphere, oceans, and even you, moves along with it. But what if for just 5 seconds the Earth suddenly hit the brakes? No warning, no gradual slowdown, just an immediate complete stop. Would we feel anything? Would it be catastrophic? Could humanity even survive such an event? Let's find out. To understand what would happen, we first need to look at why the Earth spins in the first place. When our planet first formed about 4.5 billion years ago, it inherited its rotational momentum from the massive cloud of gas and dust that collapsed to form the solar system. That rotation has continued ever since, and because there's no significant force acting to stop it, the Earth keeps spinning. At the equator, this rotation speed reaches over 1,600 kilometers per hour, 1,000 miles per hour. However, if you're standing closer to the poles, you're moving a little slower, even if you don't feel it. Everything around you, from buildings to oceans to the very air you breathe, is moving at that same speed. So what happens if the Earth stops instantly for 5 seconds before resuming its spin? Let's teleport ourselves to this exact moment in time. The instant the Earth stops, everything that isn't nailed down keeps moving at its original speed. That means cars, trains, airplanes, even people suddenly lurch forward at over 1,000 miles per hour. 1,600 kilometers per hour. Buildings would crumble as the force slams into them. The atmosphere itself doesn't stop, so hurricane-force winds would sweep across the planet, uprooting everything in their path. On the oceans, things get even worse. The inertia of moving water would create colossal mega tsunamis hundreds of meters high, crashing onto coastlines with unimaginable force. The once calm Pacific? Now an unstoppable wall of destruction. And if you're outside? Well, let's just say seatbelts wouldn't save you. So why would all this destruction happen? It's all about inertia. Newton's first law of motion states that an object in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an external force. Right now, you, your house, your car, everything is moving with the Earth's rotation. If the Earth suddenly stops, all of that motion continues forward at breakneck speed, as if the brakes were suddenly slammed on a speeding car. Let's put that into perspective. If you're at the equator, you'd be flung forward at the speed of a fighter jet. Closer to the poles, where the Earth's rotation is slower, the effects would still be deadly, but slightly less extreme. The air itself would keep moving, generating 1,000 miles per hour winds, enough to destroy everything in their path. Now let's quantify the chaos. 1,600 kilometers per hour, 1,000 miles per hour, the speed at which everything would be flung forward. Tsunamis over 100 meters, 328 feet high would crash into coastal cities, submerging entire regions. Hurricane-force winds exceeding 1,000 kilometers per hour, 620 miles per hour, would rip apart cities, uprooting trees and demolishing buildings. Every object not secured to bedrock would be thrown violently across the landscape. If this event happened over just 5 seconds, some places might survive, but it wouldn't be pretty. But what if the Earth gradually stopped over those 5 seconds instead of halting instantly? The destruction would still be enormous, but slightly less violent. The winds wouldn't be quite as extreme, and tsunamis wouldn't be as immediate. However, massive seismic activity would still occur as the shifting momentum sent shockwaves through the planet's crust. And here's a fun twist. If the Earth stopped permanently, half of the planet would face eternal day, while the other half would be locked in perpetual night. A scenario with even more terrifying consequences. Some might think that since we don't feel the Earth spinning, stopping it wouldn't make a difference. That's far from true. Others believe that stopping for only 5 seconds wouldn't be enough time for anything serious to happen. But in reality, even a fraction of a second of an abrupt stop would be enough to send the entire world into chaos. And no, we wouldn't all just float in the air like in zero gravity. Gravity would still exist, but momentum is what would cause the real damage. So, what have we learned? If the Earth suddenly stopped for 5 seconds, everything would keep moving at over 1,600 kilometers per hour, causing mass destruction. Tsunamis, hurricane-force winds, and seismic chaos would reshape the planet. Human civilization as we know it would be completely devastated. And the scariest part? Even though the Earth's spin is slowing down very slightly over millions of years, an event like this happening instantly is physically impossible. But if it did, we wouldn't live to tell the story. Now here's a question for you. If you had 5 seconds before the Earth stopped spinning, what would you do? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this mind-blowing thought experiment, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more wild what-if scenarios. And stay tuned. Next time, we're asking, what if the moon disappeared?